Russell gave me very good reviews about the paper display that you all put together and creating sort of recycled garments out of newspaper. And to me, that's always a very interesting challenge, because if you learn to recycle paper in your life, you know, we'll have far less problems on this earth environmentally. But the next test is going to be extremely important, because I think that what we are doing over here is giving you a bunch of men's shirts in the kind of traditional fabrics and the kind of traditional patterns that are used for menswear. And as you know, men don't like very bright colors, so you are going to find a lot of pastels, pale blues, whites, pale pinks. What is the challenge? You take all this menswear, you cut it up and make something fantastic out of this to create a perfect woman's garment. That is the challenge that faces you. There's good news for one of you all today, and that is for you, Orindam, because you are the one who won the paper challenge. So you're going to get a whole minute extra to go into the room and choose the very best of menswear that you can find to create your women's wear program with. So all the very best, and use that minute very, very well. All the best, guys. All the best.
The new task, we've been given old shirts, and the idea is deconstruction. We will have to make a top from these old shirts.
In this task, I am making a formal beach wear, like it's sort of a top for a woman, which can be worn in formal occasions and in the beach.
I'm very excited about the current task with the men's shirts, so let's see. I have some interesting ideas. Hopefully they're executed as well as how I planned them out to be.
ये सेंटर बैक है, ये यहाँ से अटैच, ये निकाल देना, ठीक है? ये एकदम सेंटर पे आएगा, इस सेंटर पे.
This is a box fit dress, so as such there is no fitting, because the silhouette is a box. I don't want any shaped silhouette. So in that sense the fitting is done.
I have a very pretty model, and she's actually fitting in perfectly well into my garment, as you can see. And I have just a little bit finishings to do, just to her fit. And I think I can, you know, complete it in a given time. It'll be done, I'm sure.
My silhouette is more or less coming, and I hope with the time line that is there for us, I have a lot of work to finish with, so I'll probably be hitting it.
So I'm not really happy with the combination which I've played with, but my cut is really unique, I feel. So probably I'm hoping that it turns out best on the ramp as well.
I was the winner, so I got extra 1 minute, and that was very helpful because I have got nice colors of shirts.
There were little corrections to be made, so that's being done now. I have about 10 minutes of finishing, and then we are ready to go on the ramp.
So I'm done with the initial fitting stages. There's still a few issues that need to be taken into mind. There are a few finishings that also need to be attached, but all in all, I'm going for a very comfortable day look.
I don't know if my model fits in this, like literally properly. I just need to dress her again. It's completed. I'm just ironing it and then I'll just dress my model. That's it. It's done.
So I'm just trying out, my outfit is almost ready and I'm just giving it a trial so that if there's any alteration required I can do it quickly. I'm almost done and set to go on the platform now.
So my garment would be complete in roughly about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yes, I'm keeping whatever the judges said in mind, like they wanted commerciality and they wanted it to be a women's top in one piece. So I'm keeping everything in fit, it's all ready, it's set.
Challenge 3 today. So did you all enjoy challenge 2, recycling newspaper and making it look good? Excellent. Russell had great things to say about you all, so well done.
Yeah, we saw some great creations yesterday, didn't we? Some really exotic Lady Gaga kind of stuff, and then some more commercial stuff. It's really very interesting to see the different approaches that all of you've made. So we're looking forward to today very much. Let's go.
The men's shirt. So I have mitered these checks like this. It's going like this. It is a women's wear top. So I have created one twist over here with the sleeves.
Very interesting, Russ.
I like it.
I think he's retained a lot of the elements of the shirt and made it into a very feminine and pretty garment. Well done, Arvindan.
I can see that in a Megamart store, you know.
Good. Well done.
Good work.
I have used 4 shirts and some features of this garment is it can be worn from the front as well as from the back. You can use this front because it is a bit more casual than the front. Also, it is a reversible garment.
Again, this is good. I particularly like the versatility of it. I think because you've used such a big collar shape.
So maybe a shorter collar, a shorter point would have been better.
Yes.
Held around the neck better.
It looks a bit heavy, a little bit.
You know, a girl doesn't want her neckline shifting around during work time or party time. Great. That's good, Rahul.
Well done, Rahul.
I have used 3 different shirts. I have added a bit of ethnic look to it. It's also like a longer thing. As you see, Indian women, like a working woman maybe, sometimes she's not comfortable wearing short tops from behind.
The back would have looked very sexy and beautiful if it had fitted very well. But I like your combinations and the way you've put everything together.
For me, the front works well. I don't quite like that train or that bustle that you've done at the back there. I understand why you've done it and I appreciate that.
Good, Devshri. Thank you.
First thing that came to my mind was structured, comfortable and very elegant. I tried to keep that in mind while constructing. At the back, I've used the front of the shirt and I've given it a different look that if person's working and then they can open it up instead of a fitted shift dress, it can be a loose one and person's comfortable and they can do their tasks well.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite so far. I think you've captured the essence of the shirt. You've used plain fabrics and you've used the stripes and they've worked together really well. After the event, I'd like this to show to my buying team as well. I think it's very commercial. Good effort.
Good thinking, Natasha. Well done.
I had to do a new pattern here, but I wanted to retain the collar, the placket and the pocket. Again, I've used placket in some places and the gathers at the cuff.
I quite like the shape of the garment. I think that, although it's doesn't fit quite so well on the hips. But I'm not a fan of the way you've chopped up all the fabrics to create that sort of
patchwork
asymmetric. For me, that doesn't work.
Your patchwork idea is interesting. I mean, it's worth exploring to see whether, you know, you could always use leftover fabric to create design. So it's a good effort, and let's see how it goes on marking. Thank you.
Thanks.
Here what I've done is I've played with 4 different shirts. I have done mitring effect on the side. I played with more stripes and then I kept it a little plain on the side. Here at the back I've given like these box pleat effect, which gives like a little flair to the garment.
I'm not quite sure about your use of fabrics. I'm not sure that they work together very well. But I really like the shoulders. I think that's quite...
That really works
that's
well, Russ.
clever the way you've done that.
But it gives that a sort of a 70s padded kind of a look. That's very clever.
But a nice garment, clever idea with the collars. Good work, well done.
Generally went with the color story, and I like the trend of the pastel goth, which is a play on the Gothic Lolita, which is basically all about volume. So I thought it would be interesting to make a day look with wearable volume. I like the trend of the pastel goth, which is a play on the Gothic Lolita, which is basically all about volume. So I thought it would be interesting to make a day look with wearable volume. So yeah, so I made this. It's essentially a more wearable piece, and I also created tie-ups with the sleeves over it.
The back packs more of a punch than the front.
You've got a lot of fabric in the back. You've got a lot going on in the back, actually. For me, it was actually a little bit too heavy. I really like your choice of fabrics. I think the fabrics work together.
Thank you, Royston.
Thanks.
I have tried to bring in a very Victorian corset look into the top because, you know, it makes the women look very sexy, very appealing. It's very body fitted. You get a beautiful shape of the body figure. And I have used 2 shirts here. And the first shirt I've made a crop top, and the second one I've used it as a waistcoat.
You know, this reminds me of a Playboy bunny outfit before my time, but going
before
back
your
to,
time?
But yes, I'm afraid so. Going back to the 70s or something like that. It's difficult to wear, obviously. It's not highly commercial. You know what I want to talk about. But I like the way they use the fabrics, and I like the originality of the design.
So it's not a very successful experiment for me because it's become a completely shapeless garment. And the second thing is that when you do an asymmetric fastening, the reason you don't find many clothes with it is because of this problem of the way it creases. So if you'd had a center and buttoned tightly, it would have held your corset better. Right now it's pulling the rest of the garment out of shape.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Sonali.
Thanks, Sonali.
So I have like used 2 plain fabrics for like the pink on the front and blue on the back, and like stripe fabrics. So it's like almost asymmetrical shape, and I have to drop down the shoulders so that it looks like it gives a like playful effect. So it can be worn by like any age group.
I'm glad you've explained that, because that was the first thing I was going to ask you. It just doesn't quite work what you've done at the heavy.
I love the poncho effect that you've tried, and I think that succeeded quite well. And on the back, I just thought that maybe you could have actually tried good old-fashioned darting to bring it back into shape, you know, because it always works.
Nice try.
Good, Pooja.
Basically, I took the short sleeve shirts and like joined their like plackets reverse. So they form the side seam here. So that's a different fabric. This is a different fabric. This is kind of a Oxford fabric, and this is kind of a pinstripes.
Yeah, I think I was trying to work out exactly where one shirt starts and where the next one ends, but it's what I call a showpiece.
I like the poof effect you've created in the front. I'm not so sure about the back. Could you turn around, please? It's a bit like, yeah. I think that there is a nascent idea that can really become something very nice. So let's leave it at that for now. Thank you, Shekhar.
Thanks, Shekhar. So after a lot of thought, today our top 3 are Neha, Arindam and Natasha. And our favourite, the winner today, Natasha. And what we liked about this was we liked about the simple use of fabrics, the plain fabrics, but also just the way that you applied the details just to lift it. Some very pretty details.
I like the way the fishtail pleat opens out and closes also, depending on how you want it to fit. I think you've detailed it very well, and the way you've made the yoke sit on the model is excellent. Very well done.
Thank you.
Good work,
Thank
Natasha.
you.
Going to be the last time that I'm addressing all 10 of you all together, because tomorrow we whittle it down to 5 and 5 of you all go home.
And at the halfway stage, with the highest number of votes after four tasks,